Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's David and we're going to talk about Star Wars. All right, welcome back. Did a Legends book review last week. Gonna do another one, another Legends book review. I have 30. I have 30 of these books that I am reading in order. That's right, I am reading the Legends series books in order, and we've only just begun. Hey, just want to pause real quick and just offer my condolences to the Mayhew family. Peter Mayhew passed away, and I think on the one hand, I think many of us were expecting it, but still very saddened by the loss. And I know Peter Mayhew will be missed in the Star Wars community immensely. I actually talk about meeting Peter Mayhew and getting his autograph in my Road to Celebration, my last one, my wrap-up. And if you want to go back and visit that, there's a little story in there. But today we're going to talk about X-Wing Rogue Squadron from Michael Stackpole. So technically we're already in the second book in the list of 30, and the X-Wing series, there's 4 of them, at least four of them by Michael Stackpole, 4 of them that I'm going to read. They come next in the series before Courtship of Princess Leia. Now, that's fine, but the only problem is I'm not going to read 4 X-Wing books back to back to back to back. Only reason is because none of the main characters, none of the Fab Five, right, are in this series. This is really about Wedge, Antilles, and his X-Wing Rogue Squadron. So what I'm going to do probably is bounce back and forth, since these are kind of like in an alternate timeline. They're happening outside of the events of the main characters, and so I'll probably stagger and go, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker book, and then jump to an X-Wing Rogue Squadron book, and then back and then back and back until we finish. So let's talk about Rogue Squadron. Like I said, Michael Stackpole's X-Wing series follows the adventure of Wedge Antilles and Rogue Squadron in the years following Return of the Jedi. This book is the first in the 4-book series. The main character is Corran Horn, and his commander is Wedge Antilles. If you don't remember Wedge, Wedge flew in several of the Luke Skywalker films. In the book, Wedge Antilles reforms Rogue Squadron after the birth of the New Republic. In the main plot, the Rogues have been chosen to be a symbol in the fight against the Empire, and as such, new pilots have been brought on board from all over the galaxy to better serve as that symbol. So in this first book, the purpose is largely to introduce this ragtag cast of characters and lay the groundwork for the much bigger story arc, which is how the rebellion managed to take over Coruscant and legitimize themselves as the galaxy's government. All right, so what did I think about the story? The story was refreshing and revolved around X-Wing training and missions. I think a lot of people's favorite things in the Star Wars movies are, the space fights, the dogfights, and this book kind of fills that enjoyment quite nicely. The action is thrilling, there are plenty of characters for conflicts, and best of all, it's not a rehashing of the movies we love in a brand new setting like so many Star Wars books are. X-Wing Rogue Squadron is a great beginning to a series that promises to bring hours of reading pleasure to the Star Wars aficionados, and I would highly recommend it. As far as Stackpole's writing style, I like his writing style, and I think this is why I've chosen to read the books in the X-Wing Rogue Squadron that he has written. His writing style is very straightforward, it's very accessible, everything moves at an even-keeled pace. The plot itself, it's not that in-depth, it's not that deep, but that's only because, like I was saying, they're trying to introduce characters, they're trying to lay the groundwork for something much bigger. Best of all, it kept me turning pages and it wasn't boring. All right, so 2 questions we always ask, and number 1, would I make this into a Star Wars film? Like, I think the idea is there for sure. I think they could certainly make a trilogy of X-Wing Rogue Squadron movies. I think that'd be a great idea. And it'd be a nice opportunity to use these side characters. So I think the foundation to a series of films is there. Would I turn this book necessarily into an entire movie? Probably not. And I'll have to see as I go through the books a little bit more. Maybe what would be best is to take these 4 books and see how you could get 3 stories, 3 movies, or, out of them. And so maybe something like that, or just, a brand new telling. I don't know. But I think the characters are there. I think there's certainly something fun and Star Warsy there that people would like to see on film. Second question is this canon? Is this canon? A lot of the Legends books, they now say, are no longer canon, no longer history, right? And so if after having read the book, would I say this book is still canon? Sure. There's nothing in this book, I think, that detracts because, again, it's using side characters. It's not using anybody that we really know outside of Wedge. So I think, yes, for sure, this could definitely be canon. All right, so that's everything I can say about X-Wing Rogue Squadron from Michael Stackpole. I do recommend this book. I did enjoy it. Looking forward to reading the next one. Thanks, guys. May the Force be with you. I'll see you next time.